you hear no voice because it says stream starting soon. But the soon is over. I just had to make sure I had all my stuff ready to go. And let me kick it to the next song. Yeah, the dust. Here we go. Sup, Ninja Weasel. Let's see, I think that's the only things I needed to put up there. Yeah, now you hear voice because I'm talking. Or, wait, you're being sarcastic. Whatever. We're going to do this thing. We're going to have a stream. So, actually, before I really get into the books, you might have remembered a couple weeks ago, this book here decided to have like a revolution. And the staple popped right here. I looked at the spine, and it's stapled off just a little bit. But I think I've done the best repair job I possibly can. So I've got the... Well, never mind, the repair job failed. That staple has fallen back through where it's torn. I'm going to have to just put a little piece of tape there. Because I did have it, both of these were drawn through and they were turned slightly to the side. It looks like I was betrayed there. Kind of a bummer. It's not every day you get a book that assassinates itself, you know? Clive Barker's Death Metal by Clive Barker, yeah. Not much Fishy just to go and see, you know? I too, as you know, am watching that right now. Well, I'll set him aside so I can work on him some more. I am definitely just going to have to resort to a little tiny piece of tape or something there to make sure that that doesn't fall apart. So we got these bags of graham crackers. I don't know what's up with that, man. But I went to graham crackers. We're going to do that thing I do every stream where I talk about, hey, you go to Graham Crackers Comics and you get 3 free comic books out of the 50-cent bin just for walking in. So here's what I ended up with. I don't think I had this cover of this issue of Weapon X, so I grabbed this. This is the run from like 2-3 years ago, which at times was pretty cool, and at time, in fact, I don't think I even have this issue because I don't remember them fighting. What was that dude's name? Weapon H. Because that honestly just seemed, you know, kind of a really dumb concept of let's have a Hulkverine. And I never bought any of these. Yeah, I don't think I had this issue at all. But hey, there's Old Man Logan, brought back in time. I think he's dead now, because they had that whole, like, 12-issue series of Dead Man Logan. What is wrong with the X-Men? It is indeed Wednesday, Mr. Eli Easy, the Game Hunter. I wanted to make that dramatic, and I don't think it worked. So, I picked up that. I got a bunch of the other issues of this run of Weapon X. Some of it was pretty cool, and some of it was really juvenile, like, Saber, I think it was Sabretooth that started speaking in, like, internet memes and becoming a lolcat, and it was really dumb. I saw this. These 3 books were actually right next to each other, but I saw this one. This is the one that caught my eye. And I was like, yeah, that is some atmospheric bat madness. Refuse to believe Logan dies ever. Hey, man, look. It depends which Logan it is, if we're honest. Because, you know, you go back to, like, 90s Logan, and he almost dies when he gets the adamantium ripped out of his bones. But then you have, like, Logan from 2010, where he walks out of a pit of molten steel, and it's just his skeleton walking, with nothing connecting the joints, like, making things move. So, you know, a little of A, a little of B. God, that was so stupid. Skeletons can't move if there's no connective tissue. Unless they're, like, powered by magic. But I don't think that was the case in that story arc. Ooh. Oh! Who is Caramel? Remember a character in City Heroes. The player had named that. Wow! Not only is it like a huge slap, but it's like hot pink on the newsprint, man. They just like laid down some magenta. It's like, you know what we need? We need a magenta slap. Fueled by its sheer badassery. Yep, alright, so we got, he like... Hold on. What angle is that at? Did he really follow through in that position? Because he's leaning way over here. Yeah, I guess he'd be striking kind of at the apex of the swing from that position. Okay, never mind, that makes sense, but man, it didn't have much of an effect, because she just goes, BAM! Man, like this is some wrestling here. I don't even know if that's a slap. That's like an open hand strike. BAM! We doing some like kung fu on this dude. It didn't work though. It looks like like her plan did not work. I have no idea what's going on here, or who any of these people are. Yeah, that's what we all came in here for. Batman! Look at that shadow on his face. That looks pretty cool. Enough. He actually bataranged him. Like, how long was Batman like lurking right outside? Was he just like standing over here watching these two for like 10 minutes, and then he's just kind of like, enough. I'm Batman. Hey, let's go to the comic book convention. So I'll take a trip to which of these towns is least likely to get a shot in. Maybe Columbus? Gags. Man, I remember this ad from when I was a kid. This is what comic books are missing, man. These stupid, stupid ads. But I guess they don't make money. Was Charles Atlas even alive at this point in time? Because weren't there Charles Atlas ads back in the 60s? I'm pretty sure in some of those facsimile editions they put out in the last couple of years, I saw a Charles Atlas ad from an old, like, Spider-Man reprint or something. Oh, man, I didn't notice this was Tor. That still wouldn't have changed me from picking the book up, though. Hey, Smash TV. We were just, that just got mentioned on one of my Hotline Miami streams on Twitch. That's a game I gotta play. Like, I don't think I've ever actually played it, but people say it's pretty good. Oh, man, I remember this ad from when I was a kid. That totally isn't my jam, though, so I didn't go for it. So I have no idea what this is, but, you know, it's got a dude getting shot right on the cover by a, like, magenta purple pistol, so you know it's got to be good, right? Let's crack this open. 75 cents, so this was like, what, mid-80s? Oh boy, we're recruiting some kids for our gang here, apparently. Oh, wait. Can I say that on YouTube? The Charles Atlas thing has been running for decades after his death. It's a whole foundation or something. Okay. Didn't know. That's pretty cool. Might have to look that up. Well, in fact, let's look that up right now while you take in this awesome sight of youth being corrupted. Charles Atlas. Charles Atlas died in 1972. Charles Atlas Limited was founded in 1929 and as of 2020 continues to market a fitness program for the 97-pound weakling. The company is now owned by some guy named Jeffrey Hogue. Okay. I mean, all I know is I would not want to get in a fight with this dude. Let me pop over. There. Like, I would not want to get into a fight with this dude right here. Like, look at this. Look at that, man. This isn't even like peak Charles Atlas either. This is like Charles Atlas on his way to becoming Charles Atlas. And he still looks like he could rip your head off. With his hands. In popular culture. Oh, Wikipedia. What does this got? An issue of DC Comics titled Mystery in Space, main character comment referred to an army of superpowered clones saying, physically, those clones may make me look like a 98-pound weakling. But psychically, I'm the Charles Atlas of this beach. Ooh. Okay. King of the Sand and the Face image has been used many times in Archie comics. 2000 AD featured The Insult That Made a Robot of Walt, featuring Droid Atlas and Walter the Robot. Okay, I thought it would just like talk about the advertisements here for comics, but apparently not. Wait. Hold up. I made it to the bottom of the list here. Let me flip back over here. One chapter of Ranma 1/2 has a minor antagonist by a suit of powered armor from a parody of the Beach Bully advertisements. So, while it doesn't make him stronger, it comes with a couple drawbacks. Renders him immobile if he is not chained to a person he hates. Okay, that's just comic or manga being weird, but Charles Atlas is everywhere. Hold on. Let me just drop hashtag Atlas Swole in the chat, because you know it's true. Anyway, we're recruiting some kids for the Wizards, which is clearly an upstanding, civic-minded organization, which drives a white van. They're recruiting kids, and they're driving a white panel van. I'm out. We're closing this book. We're just going to put the book up. We're done. Get out of here. Get over on the side. It's where you belong. Just over there. Oh! Yes, the only way to counter the raw physical superiority of Charles Atlas is send away for instruction from Count Dante, the Crown Prince of Death. Man, if you've read... Like, I went to Wikipedia looking something up about him one time, and everything was crazy. Because if that's the guy I'm thinking of, he was the guy that was involved in, like, the Dojo War in Chicago or something. Which is just totally, like, crazy kind of history. Yeah, the Dojo Wars, right there. The various images culminated in the Dojo War incident of April 24, 1970, where Dante and some of his students performed a dojo storm on Greed Dragon Society's Black Cobra Hall. According to press coverage, upon entering the school, they claimed to be police officers and attacked the rival dojo students. The brief battle resulted in the death of one of Charles Dante's friends and fellow sensei, Jim Koncevic. Koncevic? Not sure how to pronounce that. Former mob lawyer. Wow. Okay. Yeah. So there we go. Oh my goodness, he had to be on so much coke. Well, the cola is good stuff. Alright. So this is a fantasy comic. I really liked issue 1. It set up a really interesting world. This creature was like an accidental magical thing that was spawned out of some magic ink when the like chronicler of all the super beings' tales fell asleep and knocked the ink over, and then she went around chasing it through like multiversal portals and stuff. So I'm not sure what to expect from this issue, except for something that I'm not expecting. And I can tell you immediately, I wasn't expecting literally anything I'm seeing. Cool house. I'm pretty sure that's the protagonist right there that created the little, I called him a monster, the little ink cat thing. But I like how the cat, like, it really is inky. Like, no matter where the cat is, it's always drawn and with flat black. So there's no shading, no texture, nothing. It's just like an inky pool of darkness. It's pretty cool. I dig it. I'm looking forward to that book. Well, if I needed any confirmation that I make bad decisions in my life, it's right here. It's right here. Having just read watched the third season of the animated series, the one that was on WB, I understand where a lot of the costume design or like character designs come from, because they're based on like that, like the Mr. Freeze and stuff, and Bane in that stupid black mask. Oh, Phantom finally came upstairs. Was no time for Sergeant's not funny enough for you, dog? Or did you hear me talking and thought you were missing out on the fun? She thought she was missing out on the fun. You know, she likes to watch TV sometimes. Hey, look! There's the second Robin. Are we really, like, doing the Under the Red Hood plotline here? Oh my god, we're doing the Under the Red Hood plotline. Because he's fighting the Joker. When else does he fight the Joker? He's even wearing, literally, a red hood. Come here, you. No, no, don't pick me up. I want you to pick me up. Don't pick me up. I'm a dog. I'm crazy. Alright. Let's see if we... Quit getting all twisted up in the cables. Me now? Hey, I'm back. Yeah, she totally attacked all the cables, but now we've got a little nervous dog sitting on top of my computer. Alright, fine. Quit kicking those legs. Stop. You know, I just wanted to put you on camera so everybody could see your cute little fuzzy head. She's a mess right now. I really got to sit down and brush her out tomorrow. But, alright, you're free. You're free. Yeah, she totally attacked the cables, and that messed up the audio. Like, I saw the levels there on Streamlabs. So yeah, it looks like they're doing the Under the Red Hood plot. Which is silly, because we have a whole movie about the Under the Red Hood plot. I touched his costume an hour before you did. Yep, it's Under the Red Hood. So we spent 4 issues just kind of dinking around, doing stuff while Jason Todd just like watched. And now we're doing Under the Red Hood. Okay, fine. I can respect that. Phantom is jelly of the fans. Is that right, baby girl? I don't think she liked me picking her up. She's sitting down there looking even grumpier than normal. Because this dog spends all of her time being a grumpalumpagus. There was a cartoon for the Legion of Superheroes? I had no idea. This, I'm hoping, is going to be super good. I mean, this cover. Like, look at that, man. You got, like, Highfather looking all like Zeus over there. What is going to go down? At least I assume that's Highfather, because it says New Genesis, New Horror. Maybe it's not. But if anybody can take down an evil zombie Superman, like, it's going to have to be like the New Gods. I don't think anybody else is going to pull that one off, except maybe, you know, the other Superman, his son. This is a lot of talking. I'm not liking that. There's Mr. Know-It-All on his know-it-all chair. Not really sure why a planet blew up there, but only the Black Racer witnessed what came next. Only the God of the End witnessed the cooled molten core of Apocalypse crack, and Death uttered 2 words. Darkseid isn't. I don't know. He looks pretty right here. Oh God, is it a zombie Darkseid? He felt his brother unborn. By the time he'd felt it, it was too late. Oh man, I'm totally spoiling this. This is the end of the book. I didn't realize that was the end of the book. Ah! I can't believe I just did that to myself. I now know how that book ends, but not how it began. Another death metal tie-in. Look at Detective Chimp down here. Look at Nightwing over here, looking all barbarian, samurai, warlord, something or other. Cyborg looks pretty cool, I gotta admit that, man. I'm loving that. I'm not so sure the Storm Mohawk looks good on Starfire, though. Like, Storm could get away with that. I'm not sure that she can. But, so what? We got Great White or King Shark. So these are 3 Batman villains, so that's got to be, like, Professor Pig, Killer Croc, and then, yeah, Great White, right? That's a Batman villain. It's King Shark is the one that's always in Suicide Squad, right? So, they took a boom tube over here, and they're about to get eaten. Oh, no, they got reinforcements. Looks like there's... You know, that's what I liked in the last book. It had a really fun fight scene. Looks like this one is going to follow in its footsteps and have a really fun fight scene. Let's flip this... Actually, no, I think the fight's already over, isn't it? Yep. Dang, nabbit. You know, I would have liked an actual fight scene with these characters, because that had the potential to be kind of fun. Because Cyborg's not that overpowered. This should take care of him in a non-lethal way. This should take care of him in a... Why? Why? I don't understand. It's literally the end of the world. Those are villains. They're probably not even really alive in the same sense that the main heroes are, because they're reflections, probably, from the dark multiverse. So why? Cyborg, just kill them. Cheers and cookies. Lucretia151. Don't tell me you're Leonza, tracking me down on YouTube, because that's the only person I know that goes around from stream to stream throwing cookies at people. If it is, hello and welcome. And if it's not, also, hello and welcome. Alright, we've flipped through a lot of this book already. Let me just flip through, see if there's something that just catches my eye as being super awesome. See, dinosaur statue. Really cool page layout that I'm not going to show. I'm not 100% sure what's going on here, but I like it. It is you! Alright. I'm gonna... Oh my god, that has to be Starro, huh? A giant Starro eating everybody? Must have cut your hair. Oh. Phantom is giving me the guilt trip look. Why aren't you holding me? Why am I not in your lap? Because when I picked you up, you like went ninja kicking the microphone. Yeah, you. Dogs. No, this is not an Exo Man of War comic. This is... BAM! Right, number 7. Which, you know, I kind of thought they canceled this series or something, because this is like 2 months late. Wait, is that an uncut page? They shipped a book. This is only the second time I've ever seen a comic book sent this way, with an uncut page. I still have the other one. It was a copy of Adam Rex from Alterna Comics. Well, that'll make reading this book kind of complicated. I'll have to be reading it like, you know, like this, because I don't want to tear the pages, because weird little misprints and things like that absolutely intrigue me. But this has been kind of an interesting story. It's set in the future of the Valiant Comics universe, after Rai has destroyed New Japan, or Neo Japan, which was an orbital space habitat that ruled the world because Father, the sentient computer system, was running everything for the benefit of the humans, which means that synthetic people like Rai were generally like second-class citizens. And so Rai brought like revolution. The station crashed down to the Earth. There was a whole nother mini-series before this one, Fallen World, where they were dealing with some of the consequences of that. And then this one is dealing with the consequences from those consequences, because Father has started putting himself back together. And as part of that, he infected Bloodshot, who is still alive 1,000 years later, because he's a blob of nanotechnology and he can't die. And he took over Bloodshot's body, so now Father is a multi-bodied sentient blob of living nanotechnology that can do anything it wants. And somehow this guy is going to stop him. Go for it, buddy. I know you're like a space samurai, but good luck. Wow, uncut pages! That's cool. I'll have to get a picture of that and put it on Instagram later. Yeah, the cookies did give you away. The cookies absolutely gave you away. I'm being guilted by the dog. She is good at that. This dog, sitting right down there. She's underneath my, not this desk, but the desk that's right over there where my monitors are sitting on. She's just sitting under there, like, guilting me, like, you're not paying enough attention to me. Speaking of things that didn't get enough attention, Sam Keith is 2 years late on this book. Let me repeat that. Sam Keith took 2 years to draw this comic book. When I open this up, this had better be the best comic book I've ever seen in my life. You know, it's weird, and it's exactly what I thought it would look like, so I'm not actually disappointed. Yeah, it's going to be worth it. Need a new moto. Aw, that little sad face. Don't make sad faces. Only make happy faces, especially when you're bringing cookies to people. So yeah, this has got that weird Sam Keith art. I forget if this is the last issue of the miniseries or if there was more. And I thought where we left off, they were like fighting the Joker on a Zeppelin? Am I wrong? I must totally be absolutely completely wrong about what was going on in this book. My memory has failed me. So apparently I just need to go reread the other 3 issues so I know what the heck is going on in here. Looks great though. Yeah, apparently I heard Sam Keith was just being like a super perfectionist. So I guess he just redrew stuff a lot. Did I get this before? Oh, you know what? I think he might have actually beat Mitch Breitweiser on delivering a comic book. Because it feels like it's been like 2 years and I still don't have Red Rooster. And it's been like 2 years, but I do have Batman the Max issue 4. Then they had some dollar reprint stuff. I love it when they do these kinds of things because it's always a hoot. The Crimson Dynamo strikes again, and none but Iron Man can stop him. Look at Black Widow back there, man. You try fighting supervillains while you're wearing a fur... Is that a coat or just a stole? I guess it's a stole. Introducing the gorgeous new menace of the Black Widow. Because, of course, they're putting out a Black Widow collection, so they want to advertise it by having really cheap Black Widow comics. But these old Marvel books are always just kind of fun. I don't necessarily like Don Heck's art too much. It doesn't always work for me. There was like an early Iron Man book where Iron Man was fighting the Mandarin. I didn't like the art in it at all. But this looks okay. Like, this looks fun. And I know it's probably heretical, but I actually do really like the way the colors pop off the white paper stock. Oh man, that's miserable, Eli. Back to book 2 years ago, and the guys did 2 other books since then. You still haven't gotten the first one, but you got the other 2? That's dumb. That's absolutely dumb. Those dudes should just deliver the comic book that you purchased to you. I don't care, you know. I'll say I don't care what the excuse is, but no, sometimes there is a good excuse. But not for like a year delay. A month, maybe 3 months? But a year? Like, it's totally reasonable for something to be like, hey man, we printed the book in China, it got hung up in customs for like 3 months or something. Like, that's legit. That kind of dumb stuff happens. There's nothing you can do about it. The artist didn't finish their paper. Well, they should get a new dang artist. At some point, you have to cut your losses and just get a book out. I was reminded the other day, might have been on Twitter, I don't remember, of Hank Pym and the whole, like, he hit his wife thing. I read this like 10 years ago when Jim Shooter first wrote it on his website. But I was reminded of that, how it was supposed to be like an accident. You know, he's supposed to be like throwing his hands up in frustration, like, ah! And then he accidentally hits her. But then the artist was like, no, no, this is Marvel. We have to make it as dramatic as possible. So he's just going to give her, you know, a haymaker instead. And how that kind of spiraled, you know, the character into whatever. Whatever, right? The whatever of Hank Pym. But they really should have went back and had that page altered to meet the writer's expectation. The other problem was, apparently, and I saw it in the comments, because I went back to that post. I forget if it was in the comments where he was replying to somebody else, or if it was just in the original post, but he talked about how it was kind of his fault for being late on the words, you know, the balloons. So the book was already late, and so they were just trying to get it out the door. So, like, that's an example. Like, it's a dramatic example, but at some point you have to put the book out. You back 5-6 months away. I mean, most of the ones I back, like, they deliver within a month of when they're supposed to. Most of them deliver within a month. Some don't. I still need to talk to the American and China comics guy, but he was in the hospital last time I talked to him a couple months ago. So I haven't wanted to press him just in case he's like really sick or something. But, you know, he owes me some books. The books don't even exist anymore, so we were talking about like what he could ship me. I got to check if he ever got the person that had the stuff to ship it to me. It's been like 3 months now. Probably not. But I did get... you know, some other books that I badgered people about, so that was pretty cool. I'm still waiting on the Rags stuff, because that was an order of like 2,500 comics for all the backers, and Indie Planet down there in Florida, they've only got like one person working in the office because of COVID. Please, I'm not YouTube gods. I'm just mentioning our unfortunate and ongoing unprecedented circumstances, and this has nothing to do with anything bad. I'm just saying that's the reason. You know, they only got one person working there printing all these books, so they're kind of backed up and being slow. So it might take a couple weeks longer than Brian wanted to ship those out, but they'll be coming. Hey! It is a Dark Admiral March Hare. Welcome to the party, Dark Admiral March Hare. Oh, my new comic book day was pretty dope. We were just looking at this old Iron Man reprint. Man, hey, did you see this? It's 2 years late, but it's here. Finally. Sam Keith decided he was done messing with the art and got it out the door. Let's see what this next Black Widow reprint is. Death is a Black Widow. Oh man, is this from like the early 80s when, or was it late 70s when she was dating Daredevil? I don't know a whole lot about that time period. Yeah, this looks like, no, this is probably like 1970, huh? Hold on, is the original trade dress of the book here? Yeah, number 81. This had to be like 1970 then. That's pretty early on, man. Oh, dude! Look at these pages! This is absolutely crazy! That guy probably wants to kill you. You know, he might. You never know, man. Employees, they get strange relationships with their customers. Sometimes it breeds hostility, sometimes it doesn't. But look at this, man. This is like, look at these kicks. This is that How to Draw Art the Marvel way. Basically, like, the maximum explanation. Like, this is the swing had to have started, like, over here. See the blue streaks? So we're actually at the end of the swing of the feet right here. You always draw the most extreme pose because it's the most dynamic. So if you're showing somebody, like, throwing a punch, you show them, you know, with their arm way out. You don't show them with the arm, like, drew back, like, way close to their body. You want to get that extension so people go, wow! What a nerd. What a nerd. Sorry. Must be fighting Mr. Hyde. Right? Like, that looks like Mr. Hyde, doesn't it? No, I guess it's the Owl. I have no idea who that is. Apparently they're battling the Owl. Because death is a Black Widow. Oh, here we go. Some more crazy Russian madness. So what? I hate to tell, like, whoever was writing this, if this just lives up to what's on the cover, like, any one of these Avengers could fight the Red Guardian on his own. He's just a Captain America knockoff. Oh no, that's not the only thing that's going on. We got all kinds of crazy shenanigans. Oh, evil Russians. You can tell they're evil just by looking at them. Look, shaved head, clear sign of evil. Beard, clear sign of evil. Evil. Right there. Bronze Age is woefully underrated. Good news is you should be getting Metal Shade soon. Hey, that's cool. You know, people do really kind of poo-poo, like, 70s comics. Like, in my own collection, I don't have that many of them. I got a lot of 80s books, but very few 70s books. There's... I don't know, like, how you break down the ages, really. Like, what, Bronze Age ended in, like, 84 or 89 or whatever, depends on who you ask. But I've got a lot of that late 80s kind of stuff, which I guess makes sense, because that's really what I grew up reading. So it would make sense that I'm attracted to that kind of material. Beard is good. Look, when the beard is on a Russian in 1970 or whenever this was written, it's evil. It's not it's not that the beard itself. The beard signifies that this particular Russian is in fact an evil Russian. The only thing that would be more evil is if perhaps he only had a goatee. Then you would know, not only was he evil, he was from the evil universe. And you shouldn't trust him. I would have you meet the Red Guardian. So wait, is he even going to fight? Like, does the Red Guardian even go fight the Avengers in this book? Yeah! Oh yeah, like this is a fight. Like this is a fight. Okay, a guy with, I think, technically unlimited strength, because he's the Prince of Power, versus Captain America. Come on. Hercules is going to win this one, bro. Super light week for you, March Hare. The owner kind of picked at me about it. Picked one good book. Wow. You know, I guess I did get that kind of treatment when I was in my other comic shop, but we'll get there in a minute. Marvel stuff in the 70s is really hard to find. Plus, most of the 70s was just reprints. Yeah, there was a lot of... I don't know if the 70s was mostly reprints, but I know, like, when Timely became Marvel, like, that's all they did. Until Stan Lee was like, man, I want to make comics my way. And then he did. And the rest is history. I don't really think this is a fair fight. I bet that they fight to a standstill or something. But it shouldn't be a fair fight at all. Because there's no way a Captain America knockoff is going to take out the whole Avengers team, when Captain America probably couldn't take out the whole Avengers team, unless it was in Captain America, in which case he could take out the whole Avengers team, because he's Captain America, and it's his comic. Screw you. Alright, last book I got from Graham Cracker was Alien, the original screenplay, number 3. So this is based on, well, Alien, but not the movie version that you've seen. It's based on the original screenplay that eventually got rewritten into the modern movie. I've liked the art. I didn't like some of the character design because it didn't fit with the 70s aesthetic. Like, I realized the books or the movie's in the future, so the book is in the future, but I really wish they had kept that 70s hairstyle aesthetic, you know? I think it would have helped the book look a little bit better. But it's had some really great art. The writing has been a little on the tepid side. Especially the first issue where it was trying to establish the characters, and I don't think it did a great job of establishing the characters as individuals. I really found myself missing the original cast, because the original cast, those characters, they felt alive. They had life. They had chemistry together, and this group doesn't really, as written, I don't think fits as well into that. Oh, we're spacesuiting, man. Oh, is there like an exterior shot of the planet in here somewhere? I want to show that if there is. No, there's not, but there's that stupid cat. There's that stupid cat. The only character to come out of all the Alien movies alive. The stupid cat. Right there. Survived Alien. Survived Aliens. You know that cat survived Alien 3 somehow because the cat was on freaking Earth and was not in space like an idiot. No one ever learns. Follow the cat. But they did catch the cat. So, in fact, it's the cat. It says right there. Oh, is that the cover for number 4? That's a pretty cool piece. I like it. Let me check the chat. Some of this Bronze Age Marvel stuff gets ignored because it's in the magazine format. Stupid but lucky. Picked up a couple of books. I'm waiting for them to get priced. Oh, man. There's a comic shop in town. I don't go to it very often, like once, maybe twice a year. And I only ever buy like one thing there, and then I'm out again. It's called Capital City Comics, and they got me on that. The cat got cryo frozen, was alive, and Resurrection. Oh, the cat was in Resurrection? Really? I don't remember the dang cat in Resurrection. But if I'm honest, I don't remember Resurrection very much. Even Ron Perlman couldn't save that movie. And so you go in there, into Capital City Comics, right? And you're like, oh man, I like that book. I want to buy that book. And so you're like, hey man, I want to buy this book. This was a really great manga, by the way. It was absolutely freaking fantastic. This blew my mind. I don't know if my review came off that way when I did the review of it, but this was a really great Golgo 13 book. And so I take this up there, and I'm like, all right, man. You know, I'm like looking like, is there a price tag? You know, it's a used book. Somebody's read this. It's a little beat up. Like, you can maybe see like on the spine a little bit. Or not the spine, but the crease right there. Like, and then they go and they see what it sells for on eBay. And that's what you pay. It's like, I don't want to do business with you guys very often. Which is a shame because they probably have the most books packed into a smaller, or into a certain size space of any place I've been. Well, no, I take that back. 20th Century Books probably had more, but I don't go there. I don't think anybody goes there, because I went there and there were like 2 people that had like mummified who somehow were still working there. It was weird. It was weird. All right, got this brown bag down here. Oh, the cat wasn't in it. JK Lil. Ah, you're cruel. You're cruel and inhuman, and I've got a paper bag. I don't know what that has to do with anything, but it's true. So let's see. These are all from Graham Crackers. It's a pretty healthy stack. I was actually a little bit surprised when I was writing the list up today, and I saw all the stuff I was going to be getting. Then Sacred 6 number 3 is on my pull list over at Westfield, so I have an excuse to go in there once in a while. And so this came in. I decided not to do reviews of the first 2 issues of this, because I feel like if I did the reviews, I would just be repeating basically things I said about Vampirella, and it seemed kind of self-defeating. This is being told in the exact same way as Christopher Priest's Vampirella book is. So it's splitting through time with different storylines, and somehow we're all going to connect together in a few issues and things will happen. It's been weird. I don't know if I like it, but I guess I'm on the train. I guess I'm on the train for Sacred 6. I don't know. It's just something. This was the main cover that they had. They were all damaged, so they just had me grab one off the shelf, and this was the first one on the shelf, so that's why I got this, even though it's a little suggestive there. Like, I don't know if I can show this on YouTube. We're just gonna kind of do that because I don't want to get in trouble with the YouTube overlords any more than I already have. Let's see. I'm going to walk away on these books, but I'm really wanting the one because it's the first appearance of Lilith, yeah? I hate it when you look for a bunch of books and you walk to the counter, the guy checks eBay, it's like, how dare you? I literally... Yeah, it's lame. Just stick a price sticker on it. I will probably pay for it, even if it's higher than what it would cost me on eBay. Like, I'm a reasonable human being. they're trying not to get stiffed, you know? They're trying not to get ripped off by people. They don't want to leave money on the table. And I understand that, but at the same time, like, digging through boxes, like you just said, too late, you've been corrupted. That's pretty good. You know, like, half the fun of going looking for comics is like looking for that, like, bargain priced whatever that you're looking for, you know? Like me, when I go into a comic book shop for the first time, there's a couple of things I go look for. One is I go over to their Fantastic Four books and see if there's some, like, 80s or 90s Fantastic Four I don't already own, which there's a lot of it I don't own. But that's like thing number one I look at. I look for Amazing Spider-Man, and then I look for random obscure stuff that I keep a mental list of in my head that kind of evolves over time. Things like old Harris comics, which is relevant to this, because this is like a spin-off from Vampirella. Harris published Vampirella, I think. Or was it Chaos Comics? No, I think it was Harris Comics. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Stuff like that. And I go looking for that kind of thing. And then maybe I find something amazing, like, oh, hey, this Fantastic Four is in really good shape and it's $1 instead of the usual $2 or $3 for a back issue. And I just buy it because it's $1. So you got to get down on the floor to dig through. Oh, man. Yeah, if I'm in Graham Crackers here in Madison and I go to look at indie comics, hold on, I got a notepad somewhere. No, I don't want to use my stationery. Oh, here's a notebook. This will work. Oh, wait, there's a notepad. Haha! Apparently I must have been going to take notes about comic books because this notepad was on this short box that I actually have in the floor right here. But the way that Graham Crackers is laid out is there's either Marvel or DC up on top. So we're going to do the Marvel side. So, like, Marvel's up here, and it's a little table, right? And then there's boxes down here, and this is all the indie books. And they go down all the way with the Marvel books. And I forget what's on the other side. With the DC stuff, it's a similar, the 50-cent bin is here. And then the other side of the DC books, I don't remember what's over here. Might be more indie books, I don't remember. Or it might be indie books from bigger publishers like Valiant. They might all be chunked over there. He reorganized the store back in the spring, and I haven't had a reason to explore all the under-table stuff. I usually just hit the 50-cent bins and I'm out. Except for once a year, when they do their back issue sale, then I go hit the indie bins, where I'm collecting stuff like John Sable. I always look for the old BattleTech comics, junk like that, just to see if they have any. Man, I love notepads. Notepads are fantastic. Whoever invented the easy, terrible notepad, the perforated page, was a genius. Let's see. Boxes. Multiple occasions where I've walked out with a short box. One time, I bought an entire long box full of books. I bought an entire dang long box full of books. It was at Graham Crackers. It was Black Friday. See, I read your chat, Eli Easy. It was on Black Friday, and it was fill up a long box from the 50-cent bin for $25 or something like that. So that was like my first big comic book purchase ever. And I walked out of the store with, 300 junk comics out of the 50-cent bin. And I had so much fun sorting through that stuff, reading it, like flipping through it as I was sorting it, because sometimes something would catch my eye. I saw a lot of crappy IDW Transformer comics that didn't look like they were very good, but I just grabbed like whatever looked interesting based on the cover. The other thing I did buy while I was in Westfield was I get one of these like every now and then. I don't subscribe or anything, but every now and then I grab one of these G-Fan magazines. I saw the cover and I was like, I'm sold. I need to own this book because this cover speaks to me on a deep level. It's like that meme I shared on my Discord the other day. Ninja Weasel probably knows the one where it's like, monster movie fans, our movies are stupid. Yes. And that's how it is, man. When you like Godzilla movies, you know the stuff is stupid. but you have fun with it anyway. This is kind of cool. So look at all these news stories about Godzilla, the first movie. Godzilla, Fantastic Furious. Oh no, is there a Godzilla and Fast and Furious crossover coming? I mean, they're doing like Fast and Furious in space next, right? So I don't remember where this was stuck in. We'll just put it right there for now. This magazine's always got like fun stuff, behind the scenes material, all that kind of jazz. Godzilla number 1 and Godzilla 22, where he fights Devil Dinosaur. See, I'm always on the hunt for 80s to 90s cartoon-related books. I gotcha. Well, Battletech, I mean, technically there was a cartoon, but the comic book isn't based on the cartoon at all. The Battletech comic is just kind of a side story set in the gigantic Battletech universe, which is a board game first and foremost. And from there, it's computer games, that comic series, the cartoons, the novels, the short fiction, the magazine. Battle Technology was a dope magazine. More games should have magazines devoted to them. Hey, I watched Shin Godzilla a couple weeks ago. Great film. It was really a great film. I had a ton of fun watching that. When he first appears, like, you can definitely tell Hideaki Anno, at least if I pronounced the name right, directed it, because the first time Godzilla shows up and he's this like giant worm thing splashing around in Tokyo Harbor, it's like you look at that and you go, that's an angel from Evangelion, which makes sense because it's the same director. Like, they're just totally jacking his own style there. It's pretty impressive. See, just about done with the original Marvel G.I. Joe run. Nice. I don't have that many G.I. Joe books. I got maybe like half of the run, or a third or something. I've seen a My Little Pony Transformers crossover on IDW. Sorry, I don't mean to laugh so loud, but that really just kind of struck a funny nerve with me, man. That totally did. Why? No, I understand why, but why? Oh, Phantom is laying in the floor. It looks like she's ready for bed. I need to take this dog downstairs and get her all tucked into bed. She's tired. But I was out of the house for an hour and a half doing my trip. I didn't want to just leave, like, let her stay, in her little bed downstairs. The Elite Team transforms up with everybody. My buddy was laughing because he said he could tell the minute I saw it I wasn't happy. What's the next? Transformers with Strawberry Shortcake versus Heathcliff. Ooh. Hey, I kind of like that. Transformers versus Strawberry Shortcake versus Heathcliff. Versus Garfield. Oh my god, Transformers versus Alf? That would... Okay, I'm sorry. I know I'm breaking, like, your expectations of me. But I think Transformers vs. Alf actually could be pretty interesting. Alf is an alien. Gordon Shumway, he's from an alien planet. They have crazy technology. Like, there's actually maybe a story that would be interesting to be told there. I mean, if you can do Transformers vs. Terminator, which I think is going on right now, why not versus Alf? Megatron blew up the garage. Oh, man. I don't know. That one actually sounds like that might be kind of interesting, but, I agree in general. Those team-ups are stupid. Like Transformers vs. Visionaries, which I guess is canonical to Transformers because everybody got really mad because they killed Cup in it. I think I got the guy's name right. The old Transformer. You know the one I'm talking about. Hey, has anybody watched these Godzilla animes? They're on Netflix. I haven't watched them yet. I got them, you know, in mind to check out. Hey, it looks like you could order some back issues of this. Dead Ant. Spinal Tap meets Trimmers. I don't know, man. I don't know. That looks like that's trying too hard. This just looks like a bad movie, which means it's probably fun. There was a video game named that, wasn't there? Like 1989, 1990 PC. It was based on them. So I wonder if this is based on the video game? Maybe. Yeah, Cup. Transformers vs. Smurfs. Marvel get Micronauts and ROM back. You know, there's a weird... Since you mentioned that, there's a weird like hole, a void in Marvel's lineup where they would do those weird crossovers with people. Because like even though they don't have the ROM license, like all that Space Knight lore is still in the back history of Marvel characters. All that Micronaut stuff is still in the back history of Marvel characters. I'm pretty sure G.I. Joe and Transformers, because there was like a Spider-Man and Transformers book, like all that's still tied into the history of Marvel characters. And here we are, you know, they can't use those characters, but it's there. It happened. Kind of like, was it Gen 13 that did an Alien crossover? Which like led into the whole late 90s Wildstorm, like the Authority stuff. Like, wasn't that like the impetus? The aliens invaded Earth, and so that's what like triggered like all the crazy fascist stuff to happen. Rogue's origin ties in with ROM. Yeah, lots of random stuff ties in with ROM. Like, it's kind of dumb. And I think I remember seeing a Marvel comic that had like a female Space Knight in it several years back. They're using Space Knight Sword and X-Men. Okay, I didn't know that, but yeah, that's the kind of stuff we're talking about here, man. Kong. King of Skull Island. Hey, DeVito. Is that Danny DeVito? Oh, no. Cover the Collected Comics series. Oh. Oh, man, Gorga. God, I've been watching monster movies, and I'm not really looking forward to watching the King Kong monster movies. Oh, dude. I love those little figures from the the aliens from Planet X. That's cool. So this dude does like stop motion with the monsters. That's dope. I have fun. I have fun flipping through this book, man. I think the problem with B movies today is they're trying to be bad. Yeah, they're... Not only that, your point is well taken. I know what you mean. I'm going to take it a step further, or at least that is my intention, is to further what you have said. They're not only trying to be bad, they're trying to hit that so bad it's good by being referential and being trying to be like a meme. Like, all that's true. They're all doing exactly that kind of thing. And it's kind of fun sometimes. Take stop motion. I love stop motion. Ray Harryhausen is a master. Go watch go watch literally anything he ever made, but like the skeleton fight, or well, the Hydra, and then the skeleton fight at the end of Jason and the Argonauts, and you tell me that it's not really cool looking how well put together that stuff is, mixing the humans and the stop motion footage together. It's masterful. It's absolutely masterful. The monster from oh, what is the one where the monster like comes back to Earth on the spaceship? Like, that monster's amazing. Oh, I'm going to read that statement, Eli Easy. I'm going to read that here in a second. But yeah, like B movies today, you got your great statement there. We're going to get to it, but you know, like look at Sharknado. Like I had fun. Like the first Sharknado movie was dumb and it was kind of fun, and it had the awesome being eaten by a shark and cutting your way out with a chainsaw bit. Like that was cool. And then they made like what, 4 more of them, which got progressively dumber, progressively made even less sense, and became more and more jokey as the series went on, until it was parodying itself. And it was already like not quite a parody, but sort of a parody of bad movies. I blame The Asylum for that, because I think all their movies are kind of like that. Like they're just kind of trying to cash in on some kind of name and making a movie in a similar vein and just going for it. Whereas if you look at like Troma stuff, which I don't even know if Troma movies rise to the level of being B movies, but you go look at, you know, The Toxic Avenger, it's obviously a parody of just general superhero kind of stuff, but it's also trying to be its own thing. It's trying to be a good parody of that kind of material. Then you take a look at the last Toxic Avenger movie, which I don't know that you could really say it was a good anything. I will admit to having a soft spot for probably the worst movie Troma ever made, which was Sergeant Kabuki Man, NYPD or something like that, which is the dumbest concept and the dumbest movie, and I had a ton of fun watching it. I think Ninja Weasel out there, he's probably like having some kind of attack at me mentioning this, because that movie is just that bad. Let's change up the books here a little bit. There we go. Oh, look at him. He looks super buff. He is indeed a wingnut. And let me read that comment. Back then, a B-movie was a guy who had an idea and was like, what if we made a movie about this? And now B-movies are just stupidity, says Eli Easy. And then Dark Admiral March Hare. Don't get me wrong, I love some what they can do today but CGI is a crutch for bad storytelling today. Yes, go watch, and this is an example of just not a B movie, but a big budget. Go watch Jurassic Park and pick out the places where they used CGI. As clearly, this looks like CGI as opposed to, wow, this is amazing. It's really hard. I just watched it. Cheers. All right, Leonza, thanks for hanging out with me. You have a great one out there, and thank you for sharing the cookie love. I appreciate it. You know, go watch. Like, maybe the only time you can really go, yeah, that's CGI, is like the scene where they have the dinosaurs running across, like the savannah, the grassland, the big gallimimus that are like charging in that herd. Like, maybe that's the one point where you could go, that looks like CGI. But that was done with early 90s CGI, which was super hard to do, super expensive, and they pulled it off. Then you go just like 10 years later, and for some reason CGI started looking worse. I don't know how it's possible. In fact, I don't even know if you need to go 10 years later. Just go to like Mortal Kombat Annihilation and watch the ending sequence. That's a B movie with a horrifyingly bad CGI sequence at the very end. I don't know why they would do that. You know what I've been really enjoying lately? Korean zombie movies. I don't think I've seen a Korean zombie movie. I've seen Korean action movies. I've seen Korean monster movies. What was it? The Host? From like 8 years ago, I think. Wasn't that a Korean movie? That was really good. That's the one where the guy, like, there's a giant monster and, like, his daughter goes missing, and so this guy who's like a nobody spends the whole movie trying to track her down. It's amazing. There was, what was it called? Like Yesterday or something? It was like a time-traveling movie set in an alternate future where Japan kept Korea after World War II because they sided with the Allies. And then some Korean agents go back in time to destroy the time travel secret at like Hebei and Manchuria or something like that. Like, it's an absolutely crazy movie. It was a pretty cool action movie. I think that was from like 15 years ago. Let's see. Train to Busan. I have not seen that. I would put it on my list of movies to watch, but that list is horrendously long, and I don't know if I will ever get to the point of watching that. But I'll keep that in mind. If I happen to see it when I'm like flipping through Netflix, I'll give it a shot. Let's see. All the Marvel movies have some kind of CGI effect for all the costumes. Is that actually true? Yes, watch it. Now, good night. Okay. Good night. Is that actually true? All the costumes? I guess it would have to be. They all are like super slick and stuff, but man, that seems like a... You want to talk about a crutch. That definitely is a crutch. Like, you can see like cosplayers making their little costumes, and they look incredible. And it amazes me, like, how the movies and TV shows, like, just can't match what people put together in their own free time. And you've got, like, professionals making this stuff. Maybe it's because definitely those with Spider-Man. Yeah, that's true. I know exactly what you're talking about there. That was... You gotta go, March here? Alright, man. And Alone was really good and kind of took a dig at millennials. Okay. I'll see if I can remember that one, too. Alone. But yeah, definitely the Spider-Man one, like Far From Home. At no point in that movie, even when there were like actual people in the movie, did it look like that movie was not just all computer animation. Like, I enjoyed it. I loved Mysterio's scheme. It was like brilliantly just sick and twisted. I loved it. But, okay, that's not really Spider-Man though. That's more... The MCU Spider-Man is more like Miles Morales, I think, than he is like real Peter Parker, because he doesn't act like Peter Parker ever acted. Because Peter Parker always did everything on his own, and this guy has a mentor, has a support system, like, is definitely not Peter Parker. But, yeah, I'm getting kind of far afield. I'm getting off target. I'm getting off track. Well, we have been going for an hour. I probably should wrap this up before I lose my voice again, because that's been happening sometimes. And people are heading out anyway. And you know what? There's probably a lot of other really cool streams out there that we can all go check out. I don't know if the Bunderdome is still going, but they might be going. Could be worth dropping in on. Anyway, Ninja Weasel, March Hare, Leonza, Eli Easy, and all the people that have been coming in, heading out, lurking with me. Thank you so much for lurking with me. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. I appreciate that you have chosen to spend your time with me. That is super cool, and I dig it. You all take care of yourselves. I'm going to go spare my voice. And I'll see you next time, right? At least I hope so. Till then, take care of yourselves. I should, like, put the thumbs up here. That way I know when the stream is done.